What's up, world? This is Celine with Flip for Figs, and today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this 1/6 scale Han Solo in Carbonite from Sideshow Collectibles. Let's take a look.
Flip for Figs.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.
Alright, so this is everything that comes in the box. You get the Han Solo himself in the Carbonite. And you could see here that this has openings on both sides. And then you have the base itself, which has a light up feature, and it's got a space for batteries at the bottom. And then you have these little detail pieces that are individually numbered. So like this is number 5. And these go all along sides over here and here. And then the final one has a battery pack attached to it, so it can give it a light up function on the side. And if you see, this looks a little bit more crude than I thought it would. I mean, this looks like something somebody kind of made themselves, not, you know, a company like Sideshow making that. So I was actually kind of surprised. I mean, I'm sure there would have been a way to kind of, you know, to cover these wires up and the glue and everything like that, but I don't know. We'll see how it looks once it's all lit up. And then last but not least, you have these pieces which are used to kind of display the Han Solo himself on the base. So this one is used to keep it in kind of a horizontal position if it's like being laid for transport. And then this one is to have it, you know, him standing up as if he had just came out of the cryo chamber or the carbonite freezing chamber. So I'll install everything and then we'll go through both ways of displaying it. All right, so even though these are all numbered, they're only numbered on this side. They're not numbered over here. So I don't really know what corresponds to what, but it doesn't appear to matter. So I'm just going to start placing these in. And they are magnetic, which is a nice touch. So I guess I'll just try to do it with a little bit of variety so they look different. And then we'll do this side. Magnets are so satisfying. All right, now let's install the batteries. So I just posted a video a couple weeks ago showing how any of your Hot Toys or Sideshow display bases that require AAA batteries, you can actually use a different solution to power them up. But essentially, this one battery is wired to an AC adapter, and then these are just dummy batteries meant to pass the connection along. But I don't intend to ever fiddle with batteries if I can help it, so I plan to just use this as a solution. And then the power button. There you go. So it's kind of hard to tell that the lights are on, but you'll see the difference. So off and on. If you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that like and subscribe button. I hate to ask, but after you start a YouTube channel, you just realize how important it is to get subscribers and likes and all that jazz. All right. Cool. So those lights look pretty cool. So let's slide it in there. All right. So it's, you know, obviously going to stick out, but I mean, in my opinion, it's better than having to fuss with batteries. So yeah, that's the only part of this that lights up. All right. So to have it in the standard, standing position. This just slots into there, and this is actually magnetic. So you just put it up and it catches. There he is. All right, so there he is in all his frozen glory, and I think it looks really great. Like I said, it's not a figure per se, even though they call it a 6-scale figure. But with the lights on and everything like that, it's actually got some nice display presence. Now, again, I plan to use it more as a backdrop or a display base, which I'll show you in a second. I'm going to put Boba Fett and some of the other characters around it. But before I do that, I did want to also show you the other display position. All right, so to change positions, essentially, you're going to take this off. And you're going to remove 2 of these, so the 2 center ones. And then you're also going to remove this thing. You're going to replace it with this one, which looks like a football goalpost. And then you're essentially just like that. All right, now it is supposed to have a kind of Bespin hallway, not a sticker, but it's essentially just a placard that slides in over here to give it a different look. Unfortunately, it wasn't included in this. I did buy it pre-owned just because I couldn't, justify spending $300 on what's essentially a glorified accessory. So I bought this off of eBay, and although I was told it was complete, it is missing that display placard. Again, not a huge deal because I don't plan to display it in the horizontal position. And when it's in its upright position, you just use this standard kind of the base as is, because it's the carbon freezing chamber versus the Bespin hallway during the transport. But it is nice that they really fleshed out this Han Solo in Carbonite as much as they could with the light up features and giving you different methods of displaying it. So at least that's cool. All right, and there I have Boba Fett as well as Lando with Han. Unfortunately, I don't have the Bespin Leia yet, and we do know that Chewie is coming with C-3PO, so it'll be nice to flesh out the Empire Strikes Back collection. But for now, the base that Boba Fett's on actually comes with the Luke Skywalker Bespin Deluxe, but I think I'm going to end up displaying that Luke with the Dagobah base because it's going to go with Yoda as well. And I'm going to use this base for Boba Fett. Even though it says Luke Skywalker, it will be obscured by other figures in front of it. But I love the way this looks together. The orange glow on both bases, and then just kind of showing, that industrial Cloud City kind of Bespin look. But yeah, I think that it's a really great, centerpiece, especially if you're going to have Boba Fett kind of displayed with him and whatnot. But I really like it, and you can also put kind of Boba Fett just in front of him and use that as his base. But unfortunately, then you kind of block. It works if you're limited on space, but then you kind of block a little bit of Han. Alrighty, folks. So yeah. Overall, I'm very happy with it. Again, if you're buying it brand new from Sideshow.com, it does end up being almost $300 US. So that's why I picked up mine secondhand. Now, again, with Hot Toys figures, especially figures that have like pleather accessories or things that can get worn out, I think that's when it's a little harder to buy used or pre-owned, just because you don't know how those things held up. With something like this, that's essentially just a big plastic block, I think you're safe buying it pre-owned. Again, mine didn't come with the Bespin hallway kind of display placard that slides in here, but that's not a huge deal. I will kind of try to work something out with the seller since they did say it was complete. But other than that, it's in great condition. All the lights work really well. I think it looks great on display. It looks great with Boba Fett next to him, either on top or on the side. And yeah, I'm super excited to have it. Again, with Empire Strikes Back, unlike Return of the Jedi or A New Hope, there's fewer figures for Empire Strikes Back. And so I think any opportunity you have to flesh it out is great. I'm getting closer to completing kind of all the Empire Strikes Back figures I want. I'm still missing Hoth Leia, Yoda, as well as Bespin Leia. And that's, once I have all those, then I think I'll probably get that AT-AT driver, and I'll feel good about my Empire Strikes Back collection. So yeah, again, I'm gonna use this dummy battery situation, which I did do. I showed you where to get it. The link is in my profile, so that way you can keep them lit all the time. You can have the AC plug hooked up to your smart outlet, and then it'll turn on with the rest of your collection. Which again, because it's just a gray block, I feel like the lights really kind of make it pop, especially if you have it next to this Bespin Deluxe display with Luke or Boba Fett on it, or you have the Empire Strikes Back, Vader 40th anniversary. That one has kind of, lights on it also. You really get the feel that you're in Bespin on Cloud City with all of the like industrial kind of lights and whatnot around it. So yeah, overall, do I recommend it? Absolutely. I think you'll enjoy having it in your Empire Strikes Back or original trilogy display. And other than that, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, I do make plenty of others like it every week. So please do hit that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to know that there's people out there like you enjoying my content. So yeah, again, this is Salim with Flip for Figs. I hope to see you next time. Thanks.
When I flip, you flip, we flip.